Isotope first, as you often are. Welcome to the stream. It's Wednesday night. That means it's time to play some Merfolk. Wednesday night Merfolk. I'm Joe. See, what was when I was doing my YouTube videos? What was my intro? It was, "Hey Merfolk fans, I'm Joe. Thanks very much for joining me today." I haven't done that in a while. So yeah, I'm gonna run back this mono blue list from last week. I think we might have ended up 3-2 last week, if I'm not remembering incorrectly. Mono blue is for me the most fun. I know that blue white has had the most results lately with Luris. There was even a list last week by Magicus running Coral Helm Commander. I think Cactus Owie Smock was actually running that. I don't know if he was running that exact list. I think he might have been on mono blue, but he had Coral Helm Commander in there today. For those of you who don't know about Cactus, I don't know if it's appropriate to shorten his name to Cactus, but that's a word in English, so it's easy enough to shorten. But I believe he's from Poland, Cactus Owie Smock. He's one of the Merfolk pilots who's been putting up results in the last few months. And I think today was his first stream ever. So congratulations to Cactus for streaming some live Merfolk footage for the first time. He's definitely a very talented player. So yeah, anyhow, he was running Coral Helm Commander, which is a pretty sick card. In the past, people have tended to run Chalice of the Void alongside Coral Helm, just so that you can shut off all the one mana removal, like Lightning Bolt and Fatal Push and Path to Exile. But I don't think that Magicus's Luris list had Chalice, at least not in the main deck. His idea running Coral Helm Commander with Luris is that if you can get Luris down really far along into a game and get a Coral Helm Commander out of the graveyard, it's a pretty big bomb. You can just dump all your mana into it and it becomes like a big 4/4 Flying Lord or something. So maybe I should give that card a go, but I haven't played with it recently. I've definitely played with it in the past, so don't really feel like throwing it in here. This is just my mega tempo list. It's got 4 Harbingers, 4 Tricksters, 4 Tidebinders in the main, hoping to get paired against a lot of Prowess decks, alongside 4 Master of Waves. A little slow against Prowess, but if you can get it down, it's pretty good. I'm just noticing now with these mouse overs in this update, they changed the way that they're displaying. So check this out. Master of the Pearl Trident, big text. It actually has the set symbol. Pretty cool. I like it. So if I hover over Lord of Atlantis, it's going to show the, this is a promo, I guess. Harbinger of the Tide is going to show the Thero. What is that? That's the, I'm blanking. I know it's Magic Origins. It says it right there, actually. Magic Origins. I like the addition of the set symbol. Looks good. And not just a set symbol, but the rarity makes sense. So with mono blue, we can tend to run 4 Mutavaults historically. It's pretty good. When you run multicolor, whether it's blue-white, blue-green, blue-red, blue-black, you typically want to cut back on Mutavaults somewhat. Got the full 4 Cavern of Souls. There's tons of Cryptic Command in the format right now, as well as Monoleak and other assorted counterspells, Remand, Logic Knot. 2 Castle Vantress, not the kind of card I think you should ever run more than 2, just because if you get it as the only land in your opening hand and you need to play Aether Vial, suddenly you're looking at a potential mulligan rather than, what could actually be a bomb opening hand. So Castle Vantress, you can't even activate it until you've got it and 4 other lands on the battlefield. But you're going to have plenty of time to draw it. So I think 2 is actually a pretty sweet number. We still have 10 basics. It's the upside. One of the upsides of running mono blue is that you should be pretty immune to Blood Moon, Magus of the Moon. Sideboard unchanged from last week. We've got a couple of removal spells. In this particular list, I feel like I don't need to run like a full playset of Dismembers, just because I've got the 12 Tempo Bears. They should be able to sort of help me out. For example, against a deck like Infect or something, 4 Dismembers is going to be amazing. But you know, I'm making up for it for the lack of extra dismembers with extra tempo bears. Ether Gust, nice flexible card. Again, helps against green and red decks, so we're really hating the green and red decks here. 3 Deprives, I guess it's a little tough to cast with the full 4 Mutavaults, but still an amazing counter spell on top of the 4 main deck forces. So we should have an amazing matchup against pretty much any combo deck. 4 Pithing Needles. This is sort of a unique aspect of the sideboard that I've been running lately. I've been playing Soul Herder a little bit more than Merfolk lately, and Pithing Needle has always been a standout in the current format for me. It comes in against lots and lots of matchups. It's actually excellent against Jund, because the way that we can lose to Jund is they go like turn 1 Ren and 6, turn 3 Liliana, get their Planeswalkers out. But if we can shut them off, I don't think I bring in all 4 against Jund necessarily, but like 2 is pretty solid. But 4 come in against Tron. You're looking to name all sorts of stuff against Tron, like Blast Zone, Expedition Map, Karn, Ugin, Walking Ballista, etc. You know what? I feel like I should add another relic, so I guess I will maybe go down to 3 Pithing Needles for this league. It's going to make the list that I'm running slightly different from the list that's showing in the Cardboard Live over here on the side, but it's a tiny difference, so not a big deal. And look at this. This is transparent now, which is totally unnecessary. Probably uses more computer resources. MTGO is already pretty clunky. I don't need transparent drop-down menus. It's like so like 1990s or something like that, like Windows 95. What a cool effect. All right, well, anyhow, that's probably enough chatting. So got 60 in the main, 15 in the side. That's generally the number you want to be looking at, and I'll go ahead and jump into a league. Let's see if anybody actually has any trophies yet. Yeah, some people are on the board already. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exactly 10 people with a trophy so far. Looks like my play points are running a little bit low. That's interesting. 95 play points, like just shy. But I got more than enough ticks sitting around. All these ticks are from me cashing in chests over the last like month or two. So I've been doing pretty well lately. 10 event tickets. Join. How are you doing this evening, Isotope? I feel like you're the only one here currently. Wednesday nights, for whatever reason, seem to start very slowly. People just sort of trickle in. All right, looks like we found an opponent, so we will go ahead and join the match. I understand there's another Merfolk player streaming right now, at least one other one, Moontime Dweller. He's got a link in here in the Discord, so if you feel like streaming multiple Merfolk players at the same time. This is a weird hand. Opponent's on Luris. So that could mean a number of things. I've actually seen like random combo decks running Luris as like a way to get back Lotus Blooms and things from the graveyard. That was actually just this week on my Soul Herder stream. 4 lands plus Ether Vial, not really enough gas. The fact that they're running Luris makes me think they're either on Burn or Black-Red Prowess. Probably the 2 most popular Luris decks right now, and Trickster's really good in that matchup, but this is virtually a mulligan to 6 at least anyway, so let's go ahead and mulligan, see if we can get something better here. So that's the risk of mulliganing a sort of borderline hand, is you get a terrible 6, so we have to mulligan again. And, this is workable. Typically, I'm going to ship Force against an unknown opponent on a mulligan to 5 or 6, just because it puts us deeper into card disadvantage. So we'll go ahead and keep, and I'm going to bottom one of these lands, and it could be like combo deck. It's probably not. So I think I'm just going to keep my Tempo Bears, put Force on the bottom, and say done. Already a minute behind the opponent because of those mulligan decisions. Yeah, all right. So, what are we looking at here? Probably some Prowess build, right? Means they don't have a Swift Spear. Could also be some kind of Death Shadow, but we see green-white here. It is round 1. Sometimes you get paired against. Could be Devoted Devastation. That's okay. Giver of Runes makes me think probably Devoted Devastation. Ether Vial. Spreading Seas could be good. I guess we'll have to see what they're working with. I will just sequence here doesn't really matter. So I'll go ahead and lead with the island. Potentially stay a little bit more unknown. I'm not sure how many decks are running Vantress right now. This is rough. I think we're just going to get straight up turn 3'd right now. I can't even take them off white mana, like by going Spreading Seas, but if they attack with Giver of Runes, I could have bounced it. Smart that they didn't, I guess. I mean, all we can do is interact at this point. Like, I'm not going to win with the beatdowns, so I think it's just going to be Island Spreading Seas and hope that we don't just get comboed out. Because if we draw another Spreading Seas, they don't have Vizier, we can just, and they don't play another land, another white land, I can keep them off of white for a little while. I don't know. I just don't think we're racing. I think the only thing we can hope to do is just potentially screw the opponent's mana. But they kept 7, I'm pretty sure, so I think we're just out of this. It looks like they have like the straight up nut hand. Can bring in a couple of those Dismembers I was talking about. This is a this is a pretty poor matchup. Tidebinder not even good because Devoted Druid can just untap itself. I don't know that I'll actually sideboard out all or any of the Tidebinders. I'll have to sort of think about what my plan is. Because they do have other green creatures, I think. Well, pretty sure they do. Opponent with the double white now, so Spreading Seas pretty pointless. Well, this is just stupid. I hate this deck so much. I guess maybe they don't have a payoff, but we're gonna have to wait and see. Double Giver of Runes. Turn 3 comboing out. Put Lurrus into hand, and they can get Bobble back, so that's value. They're gonna start digging. We cannot bounce the Druid. First of all, because it can untap itself. Second of all, because they have the Giver of Runes. So I mean, we're not removing any of their creatures here with double Giver of Runes. So we have to hope to just like lord out here. It seems to me like the play is, I mean, hope to draw lords essentially. So I would, in some situations, wait until turn 4 to cast Silvergill, but I think it's just fine right now. And I think we have extremely low chances of potentially even dealing any damage in this match. Okay, well, Lord is nice. Something that gives us a tiny glimmer of hope. Hey, Nikachu. Yes, very, very lucky to untap. I completely agree. But the opponent can play Lurrus, start digging extra hard now with Bobble. I mean, our Temple Bears do nothing, right? Because not just because of Giver, but they can just untap Devoted Druid. I guess Merfolk Trickster would potentially make it so that it can't go infinite if I hit them during the upkeep. Look at this little spinny thing. That's a new thing too. What does that mean? Looks like I just means like, what happened here? They just drew a card with Bobble, and I'm untapping, and they're gonna draw. Okay, Master of Waves. So I could gem the Lord, swing for 6. If I draw another Lord, next turn I can swing for 10, which would be, well, is it 10 or is it, no, it's 11, I think, 4, 4, and 3. So that's one way to go about things. Another way is to just play a Master of Waves. He's going to make himself, and then 3 2/1s, which you can't really get through this. They've got all this protection. So I think just Lord is the way to go here. And then, you know, pray and hope to draw into another Lord. Man, I have to get used to all of these interface updates. They made a significant amount of... Are they going to cord for something? I don't know. Let's just go ahead and attack. The thing is, they started off with the Mega Nuts. They had double protection, turn 2 Druid, turn 3 Vizier. Maybe it's... I don't know. All right, so they get to, what? Draw a card now, but not one off the Bobble until my turn. So really, it seems like they have to just draw something right now. Well, to be fair, I have to draw another Lord to actually just win. Man, these Harbingers are so bad right now. Looks like they've got something going on here. It's funny because they sat there and they thought for like 10 seconds. It's like, if you drew something that uses 10 mana, why would you sit and think for 10 seconds? Maybe they're just hoping that I scoop to this crazy mana generation. Did they just rip Walking Ballista off the top? Should be a pretty nice draw for them. So while they're tapping and tapping and tapping... Oh, true. Very nice. They can gain life, right? So if they go up to 13 and I draw a Lord, as I said, I'm just attacking for 11. So X equals 20. That means they get to attack with trample, right? With all these creatures. Or does it not get... Oh, well, never mind. Walking Ballista for 20. Gain haste until the end of turn, right. Doesn't give them trample, but doesn't seem like it really matters. All right, good game. Good drawing. So you guys want to call right now? Do I have a Lord on top of the deck, or do I not have a Lord on top of the deck? It's a little game I play in my streams. Lord or no Lord? I'm going to say no Lord, just based on like the generally unfortunate nature of the way that, you know, this matchup goes. All right, here we go. Drum roll for Lord or no Lord. Boom. No Lord. I told you. It's like this nonsense Ether Vial on the top deck. There's one Lord, and yeah, Force of Negation. So I do think... So we need to basically overload on any kind of interaction in this matchup. So even if it's not like super duper amazing... they have Luris, so I do think... And they also play... well, Devastation can get things back from the graveyard. So can Postmortem Lunge. I don't know. Pithing Needle can actually name... Druid, and this is probably the best card here, Pithing Needle, because it just shuts off their combo in like a very real way. I don't know that I love playing Relic. Maybe I'd bring in like one copy or something. I think Force is fine. Ferdy, the list is on Cardboard Live over here as usual. I'm gonna take out like my Tempo Bears because they're just pretty terrible. Trickster is sort of okay, but Harbinger is just terrible. So all the Tempo Bears out. This is getting somewhere now. Maybe I bring in one Relic. It's not like terrible to draw one of them. Master of Waves. They do go fairly wide, but like if they go Finale like that, I guess that we were dead to Walking Ballista anyway. Oh, and it didn't have counters on it, right? So they couldn't remove the counters to kill me. So Walking Ballista was just an attacker there. So Master of Waves seems okay. It does die to Walking Ballista though. So maybe I'll trim 2 Master of Waves at least. I do like Spreading Seas. I know they run Dorks, so maybe I could trim one of those. Not trimming any Lords. We're on the play. We're not trimming any lands. Force is interaction, but we're bringing in more counter spells. So maybe I'll trim 1 Force. Maybe 2 Forces. And I mean, it's like we have to front load everything. So maybe even cutting down to 1 Master of Waves seems fine. And we'll just have like mega interaction with Lords and Spreading Seas, and we'll see how it goes. That was a mulligan to 5, by the way, guys. And I still almost kind of eked out that game if the opponent didn't rip that top deck and imagine that they didn't attack with Luris for some reason. So Pithing Needle and some lands and maybe an Ether Vial. I can keep this. So I'm going to keep it. Watch, opponent brings in Choke and we just get wrecked. They're mulliganing to 6. It's not the most explosive hand, but it's got some beef. They typically don't run that much interaction. They're mulliganing to 5. I imagine they might have some kind of like paths in the sideboard or something. All right, so they kept on 5. Gonna lead Island, Pithing Needle, and name, what is it? Devoted Druid. Okay, Devoted Druid has been named. If we draw another Pithing Needle, We might just jam it playing Devoted Druid because they might have some artifact destruction. But another good one to name is Giver of Runes. They could just jam Choke next turn, so I'm going to go with Cavern of Souls here. Name Merfolk, and might as well cast the Silvergill Adept. Oh, that's interaction. Kind of cool. All right, Mishra's Bauble. Could potentially force that, but don't think I'm going to. All right, so they have a second land to play. They go down to 18. They've got Eladamri's Call. Probably going to get like a Khazali Pride Mage or something silly like that. Caustic Caterpillar. Why not? Oh, you know what? I'm so out of it, guys. I'm just starting the league right now. Just sat down. I should have forced the call. That was my bad. Totally my bad. Already starting to punt. So I'll continue with the Caverns for now. I'm definitely not holding up Hardcast Force. That was loose. On the upside, they potentially have to take a turn off to activate this Caustic Caterpillar. And if they go for another tutor to get something, I do have Force up here, but I'd prefer not to pitch this Lord. Yes, I am definitely low on resources. I agree. I'm kind of flooding out here. All right, looking at their own top deck to see if maybe they want to crack the Horizon Canopy. What's going on here? Oh, well, they're going big, so maybe this force is... All right, yeah, I'm going to force that. And now we just have to draw pretty hot for the rest of the game. They're down to 1 card in hand, so it looks like they had a pretty tutor-heavy hand. Ugh. Speaking of drawing hot for the rest of the game, man, the new graphics that they've implemented here are pretty bad. I feel like I needed to not draw Ether Vial right there. Opponent back up to 2 cards, I guess, off of a Mishra's Bauble. I'm not sure if I missed. I guess they did draw off of Mishra's Bauble. We're going to just lose to the Flood, I guess, here. Opponent cracking the Windswept Heath. Cracking the Horizon Canopy makes sense. Giver of Runes, not active yet. We can still draw like a Dismember, get rid of that thing. All right, getting in for some beats. Oh, well, maybe not. Might as well, right? Oh, no, they're probably just going to activate this thing after blocking, right? So seize into another Lord for the close to win, but not. Let's see. Man, deck is not cooperating. The thing is, if I attack now, they can double block, but they're going to sack this thing. I'm sort of fine, I think, with them losing their... Yeah. Caustic Caterpillar, and then they're going to sack it, almost certainly destroying the Pithing Needle. Going down to 6, which means the Spreading Seas into Lord line is still sort of live. And I'll keep the island in hand. I really honestly didn't need to run out that Ether Vial even. So, 2 cards in the opponent's hand. They just played a Wooded Foothills. They've got Giver of Runes. Going to be able to Stonewall my Silvergill Adept for a little while. We see the call. So they should not have enough mana. Okay, they found the Druid. We've got another Pithing Needle in the deck. We've got, I guess, Dismember doesn't really do much because I'd have to kill the Giver first. So Spreading Seas into Lord 1 time. Ugh, Deck. Okay, sacking their land. Awesome. So they've got one card in hand. They're drawing up to 2. This is super slow. We're going to have an extra attacker at least with Mutavault next turn. Okay, get the Mutavault down. Deck just totally uncooperative right now. So opponent top decks Vizier, and I guess they need Vizier plus a payoff, right? It looks like they have the Vizier though, because they're starting to tap. Huh. Could they have... Oh, they put Luris into hand. There's no dead Viziers in the graveyard, right? Nah. There's a Caustic Caterpillar, though. Maybe they want to play that Caustic Caterpillar. I encourage you to play the Caustic Caterpillar. But now we don't really have good attacks. So, I mean, even just spreading Seas off the top is GG now. Yeah, Luris is a pretty good card. The deck just is not fast enough this game. All right, they went with Bobble looking at my top deck. They're going to see it and see that it's no worries whatsoever. Because my deck is not threatening whatsoever. They did think for a second when they looked at the top deck, like, huh, maybe that's not good for me. So let's see how it works out. We're going to tick this up, and we're going to tick up the other one. Because this is a mono blue, like kind of traditional mono blue list. I've got Master of Waves and a bunch of 2-drops. So say yes and yes. Deprive's kind of cool. I can dig it. So the thing is here, if I attack with 2 3/3s, they're just going to gain... This is terrible. Let's see. They're virtually on 6 here. If I attack with everything... they could block the Lord, block then activate, block here, take no damage, go up to 6. This thing lives. I guess the Giver would die. It's not great. I mean, actually, it's pretty bad. So if I activate, the opponent knows what I have in hand. They don't know this card. Attack, they block. They don't need to triple block because they're going up to 6, so that they can just eat the Lord, eat whatever they want. Probably the Lord would be smart. Maybe just block with the Hierarch because they've got infinite mana here. Not infinite, but tons of mana. Take 3, go up to 6, I lose the Lord. Just feels bad. I feel like it's much better just to hope to top deck a Spreading Seas. Pretty rough. What was that? It was like Ether Vial land, Ether Vial deprive or something on the top. Yeah, pretty sure this list, it's just 2 drops into Master of Waves. I don't have any Marrow Rejuries or anything. So yeah, this whole match has just been a disaster. Like, they have not had the nuts, like, whatsoever, but I'm just not able to compete. Because of the flooding, basically. Opponent looking at my top deck again. Thinking about it. Okay. Whatever they cast here, I'm probably going to counter it. Unless it's a Devoted Druid, I will not counter. They can have that. Not going to counter that either. Yup. And it looks like they don't have what they need here, so... I mean, attacking with Luris is the clear line. They could just give it protection. But our window is slowly shutting because not attacking, attacking. You got to attack here. Why would you not attack? What does the opponent even think? All right. No attacks gives us 2 more draws. I love it. Let's go. Spreading Seas off the top. I mean, Deprive is not a bad top deck, but the opponent is double drawing every turn with Mishra's Bauble. We say no, and we say yes. Yep. Trickster not doing much. So, I mean, if I tap... what if I go to attacks with all my dudes? They activate Giver, but in response to Giver, I tap Luris down before it can get protection. Then they give one of their other creatures protection, but none of them have power. So they have to either take bad blocks or or just, I don't know, basically take bad blocks. They're attacking with Exalted next turn to go up to 7. It seems fine, doesn't it? Fine-ish. What are you guys thinking? Is that a fine line? Basically, activate the Mutavault. Activate the Mutavault. I might actually play this island here. Activate the Mutavault. Swing. Let them go to give this protection. If they were smart, they would probably give it protection before... Sorry, they would block before they give it protection, I guess. And if they do it that way, if they block before giving it protection, then I'm going to lose the Lord, which makes it really hard to push through anything. So I might just still be in a situation where I'm chilling here. So if they... Man, this is so tricky. I guess they would attack, and then I could try to block. If they give it protection, I could respond by vialing in Merfolk Trickster. It's still going to get protection even without its lifelink, but they won't gain life. Huh. Because it would lose lifelink from Trickster. But I could trade off... No, because it's getting protection. I mean, if I lose the Lord, it's just kind of nasty here, I think. Because then I need not just to draw Spreading Seas, but a Lord to win. So... I am going to have an extra attacker next turn, so even if they go up to 7 off of the Exalted attack, I'm still going to have 9 Island Walk. Well, the thing is, if they attack, right? So I guess the reason they didn't attack is because of Mutavault, right? I didn't really think about that. I don't even think double blocking makes sense here. I think I'll just pass the turn. And it seems like they don't have attacks. I totally forgot they can't get protect. Oh, they do have protection from colorless. Exactly. So I would need to do the double block, I guess. All right, we'll just pass the turn here. And I won't have to spend as much time on the next turn thinking. Because Giver does colorless or protection from any color, I guess. And the 3 damage couldn't kill both of the creatures. Yeah, I don't know. I like to fight. I know I should probably just scoop, but it looks like the opponent's deck is not cooperating either. I think they're looking at their top deck now. Which makes me think they don't have it here. They're a little desperate, which means we should have another... All right, well, it's a good target for Deprive. I don't know that it makes a huge difference which land I bounce, so I'll go ahead and bounce one of the tapped lands. Oh, do they have a Veil? Get out of here. They have a Veil. But they probably don't have a payoff, but they're going to draw. So they've got the Giver, so being proactive with the Merfolk Trickster doesn't really make sense here. And now I can't even tap anything with Trickster anyway. So I don't even know. I guess they're going to get their Vizier, and we have to hope they don't have a payoff. They can just cast Walking Ballista for mana, and it's pretty nasty. Just, like, not infinite. X equals 3. So I think we kind of have to say okay to this. I don't know that there's any tricks that I can do here, like Flash and Trickster. Yeah, whatever. It resolves. Untapping. Okay, all right. Okay, so now they're empty-handed. Blocks look bad because they can take out they can take out the Lord, and okay, no attacks. So we are going to try to force some tappy taps here. Gonna go after Luris. They probably want to respond with Walking Ballista here, I'd imagine. This is stupid because, well, I guess I can tap the Walking Ballista, but I can't tap either of these guys. So the opponent's basically put on the spot for me having another Lord. So yeah, I can't really tap anything super meaningful here, which is just, like, kind of bad. Veil of Summer, pretty nasty. So you're just tapping this, not even that good, right? I'd actually rather them not be able to block with this thing, so that kind of, if anything, might force a block, might force a sack on Ballista, force a tap on Giver of Runes. But yeah, that's kind of the best we could hope for here. Now I do need Spreading Seas into Lord still, I think. I can't tap Luris because Luris has Hexproof from blue. Remember? Gotta remember these things. All right, well, that's a redraw. That's kind of good-ish, kind of. Opponent, are you going to respond? Kill the Silvergill. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it now. Yes. I love that so much because, well, I guess they get that back. They can get it back, right? But they can only cast it for 1, but then they can pump it up a little bit. Not the best thing, but so if let's see, we are going to use this. Let's see what we draw. Cards. Oh my god. Oh. So still no good attacks. Pass the turn. This is painful. 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 Okay. Opponent still drawing 2 cards a turn. Let's see if they replay the Vizier of Remedies off the top. So that means they get to make an infinitely big Walking Ballista. So I guess we finally get to draw. No, we finally get to scoop. We finally get to go on to the next round. Opponent, yeah, I got it. I'm gonna say, great games. Thank you. Good luck with the rest of your league. All right, and we'll go ahead and scoop it up. You know, we battled a little bit. The deck was not cooperating. They gave us so many opportunities to get in there. At a certain point, all we needed was Spreading Seas, right? Like, how hard is it to draw Spreading Seas? Island. Dismember. Useless. Mutavault. Useless. Spreading Seas. All right, guys. Pretty poor opening. Opponent not on the board yet, but it is a fresh league as of today. Just to be toxic? Who's being toxic? You have to keep your chin up even if you're playing against terrible matchups and having terrible top decks. Yes, losing, you know, it's just extra disappointing because, you know, we want to get on the board in the new league. But hey, it takes off the pressure a little bit. I don't know how hydrated you guys stay when you stream, but I talk all day from my profession, and then when I stream, I keep talking, and so I'm pretty sure I drink more than like 2 liters of water during every stream. Yeah, devoted devastation, big slap in the face. And I think I've mulliganed every game so far, if I'm not mistaken. MTGO kind of freezing when I'm trying to reorganize my cards. Opponent mulligan to 6. We are going to mulligan as well. This is a keep. A little bit awkward. They're going to keep on 6. We're going to keep as well. Being on the draw, I feel comfortable bottoming one of these islands, particularly since we've got a redraw with Spreading Seas, and we'll say done. Gadwick. I don't think I like Gadwick in Mono Blue Merfolk. So opponent's playing Prowess, red blue Prowess. This card could be good if I get there. The Spreading Seas is pretty pointless, so I will probably pitch it to Force of Negation at some point. For the YouTube viewers, Joe was trying to lose, so he plays against worse decks. That is a tactic I use sometimes. I think I'm going to counter this stupid Monomorphos just so they can't play that bird that they play. But, yeah, that's fine. Countered. Get wrecked, opponent. You only get to hit me for 2 this turn. Opponent says LOL, okay, like they don't get it. They can't possibly understand why I would want to force a Monomorphos. Like, huh? I mean, to be fair, Prowess players, not necessarily like the top of the I don't know. Not necessarily the brightest players, I'll say. Play your creatures, play your spells, attack. Not very complicated. Monomorphos again? Why not? And you know he has the bird. Uh-huh. Tell me more. Lava Dart. All right, well, they're going to sack a land to kill my Tidebinder Mage. I can dig it. You got it, opponent. Okay. Staying on 1 land. Gotta love it. A land would be sick here. Come on. Ugh. All right, well, you know, whatever. It's like a redraw, effectively. Ferdy, it's hard for some people. Let's say that. Opponent, you gonna LOL? That resolves me again. LOL, that resolves. Mm-hmm. Okay, I like it. Man, like spending a spell and a land to get rid of a Tidebinder Mage. LOL, that resolves. Okay, they found a land. Uh-oh. This is a clock, opponent. You got more lava darts? All right, we're getting close. Getting closer. Man, they changed so much about the graphics here. Like, you see Island Walk is blue now? It's interesting. I don't know that it was always blue. I think it was like red or maybe even just black. I don't know. Whatever. Can the opponent 17 me next turn with just Monastery Swiftspear on the board? Okay. I'm all out of forces. It's going to be a big Swiftspear. Attack, play a Lord, win. Nope, leaving back a blocker. Gotta love it when Prowess leaves back blockers. Harbinger is kind of okay, but I think we just play the Lord here. Kind of a no-brainer. Thinking. Lava Dart number 2, sack a mountain again. LOL, that resolves. Opponent scoops, nice. Oh, that was a fun game right there. So this whole column is kind of stupid against their deck. Ether Gust is awesome. I like all this bounce stuff. I don't love the forces in the matchup, but Spreading Seas is worse. So I'll take out all the Spreading Seas. Man, I'm just gonna show you guys that comment. I love it. I love it so much. LOL. Okay, that resolves. Like, could you be more condescending? All right, so particularly on the draw, I don't think I want to prive against prowess. So with 2 cuts to make, I think I'll just trim 2 forces. I mean, Master of Waves is super clunky. Yeah, why would they ever do that? It's just like a redraw. It makes no sense. Stupid Merfolk players. No idea what they're doing. It's not like I know your deck better than you do, opponent. That just totally not a possibility. Okay, this is a good hand. 2 Master of Waves. Opponent's keeping 7, though. They didn't see Ether Vial, and I'm putting it past this guy to bring in any artifact destruction against Merfolk in the blind. In the blind, I mean without seeing Ether Vial. Like, I think they actually need to see it to understand that Merfolk plays Ether Vial. Are they going to be so bold and play a Monomorphos again on turn 2? Opponents right now is like cursing themselves for not bringing in their artifact destruction. But I have so many Abrades in my sideboard. Well, I don't know. Abrade would come in anyway against my creature deck. All right, so Soulscar Mage, go up, light up the stage. Let's see what they get. Kozilek's Return. That actually hits Master of Waves. So let's try to bait that out in some way. Okay, well, drawing a land is not terrible in this spot. We've got just like total gas. You know, I have definitely gotten hit with Blood Moon against excuse me, Prowess before, but it's always playing Soul Herder. Like, if they bring Blood Moon in against Mono Blue Merfolk, I think that's probably not the best move. All right, I think it's time for. Actually, you know what? They can only cast this on their turn, so I'm just gonna. Well, we'll see how it goes, but I'm definitely passing the turn. I mean, they can Kozilek's one of my Tricksters if they feel like it. But, I mean, it costs 3 also, so, like, I might just, if they just attack, I'm just probably just, maybe not, just let them attack. But they're not casting Kozilek's, they're just gonna, yeah, they're gonna play a bunch of stuff like this. So now the question is, do I try to just eat this Sprite Dragon? I mean, I'm probably not going to get to eat it. And I'm pretty sure they have like a Bolt, or at the very least they have a Lava Dart with a recast, so they could just get this guy up to 3 anyway. So yeah, I'm just going to try to tap the Sprite Dragon right now. Yes, if they let it resolve, maybe they're not the most sophisticated, they'll lose some counters. So they should probably just go up there. All right, so now they're going to probably buff the Swift Spear with a bunch and not get counters on the Sprite. Come on, let's go. Lightning Bolt, Lava Dart, Opt. Well, just Opt. That's fair. All right, well, this is going to be a semi-decent turn for us. They went on top with Opt there. They should have just cast the Opt with the Trickster on the stack. LOL, that resolves. So we know that they're playing Kozilek's Return. We don't know how many they're playing, so we've got to be a little careful, I think. It is at instant speed, so it's curious if they're passing with like 3 mana up. But Kozilek's Return is 2 damage to each creature, so I could just out-juke them by playing 2 lords. So this is just cast Trickster, Violin Lord. I'm actually just going to attack with Trickster here, just for 2 for now, I think. Excuse me. And actually, Kozilek's Return kills their Sprite Dragon at this point, which is not amazing for them. Maybe I should just go... this is tricky. Tricky. If I get in for 2, they go to 11. If I only commit another Trickster, it means swinging for 4. It's a pretty slow clock, but at the same time, they're not really bringing the heat. We've got the follow-up Master of Waves. I feel like we should be pushing damage here. Nah, Isotope, that's not how I roll. The way that I roll is just making fun of them to my chat. Let's see if the opponent again forgets to cast spells with Trickster on the stack. Okay, well, Monomorphose. So I could just try to Trickster this thing now so that it doesn't get a lot more counters with only 2 mana without them drawing an extra card. I feel like I might as well. And you guys can criticize me. Because if they go up with Monomorphose and then if they Kozilek's Return me here, it's kind of nasty, but I do have the double Master of Waves to follow up with. Okay, they're letting it resolve, so only 1 counter gonna go there. So Kozilek's Return would still kill the Sprite Dragon if they go for it right now, but they could always, and they can't pass the turn and cast Kozilek's Return because they currently only have, well, they would only have 2 mana if they pass the turn. But at the same time, like wiping 3 of my creatures away, I don't even know if opponent realizes that Kozilek's Return killing the Lord would kill these guys, but we'll have to wait and see. Soulscar Mage, well, there it is. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Opponent going to get in for 3 here. They did lose their Sprite Dragon, so always thinking. Opponent's like, where'd my Sprite Dragon go? So land obviously the best off the top here. We are going to aggressively tick up these Ether Vials just because we can't guarantee that we're drawing a land. Well, I mean, they one of them is gone. But they just drew another one, right? Why not draw 2 in one game? It's totally legit. So drawing a 2-drop, well, I can't draw a 2-drop, so I'm gonna say yes here, obviously. Because 2-drop I can just cast. Getting to a point where I'm sort of happy to just chump block with the oh man. Harbinger is good, but not great right now. Opponent could easily 12 me here, so oh man. All right, well, another attacker. Definitely not good for us. I am in chump block mode. Yeah, I mean, that Kozilek's Return just got us pretty hard, so the upside here is we're not playing against the most sophisticated opponent. So if it does go to game 3, we'll be on the play. We'll have the advantage of not being ridiculously overcocky. We're going to have Harbinger online for their next turn. But now they've got 4 creatures. They're down to 1 card. They've got no darts in the graveyard. They have a redraw on the board with Islet. Well, that's a block if nothing else, and it's a 3/3 block as well. Because, oh, never mind. I'm going to play Master of Waves and then play another Master of Waves. And you know what? I'm just going to get all my counters right now. I'm going to go Master of Waves. And then with ability on the stack, we're going to go Master of Waves. No surprises. And then with the ability on the stack, we're going to say, oh, I get another bot to ban. Peace. Message deleted. So the thing is, Sprite Dragon has haste, but it also costs 2 mana to recast it. So I think I bounce the Sprite Dragon because it's 2 damage in the air no matter what. Bounce that thing. And now we'll get 70,000 3/2s. Opponent with triple bolt. just for fun. What do you got, opponent? You have a redraw here with Islet. But that puts you in a bad spot with the Seam Vents. I mean, just having 2 mana left. So if they have double bolt plus bird, that does it. Bird, okay. Well, dragon, I guess. Bolt, bolt, swing for 3 in the air. Can the opponent kill me right now? You got it? Why would they not have it? Mutagenic growth, fair enough. All right, well, that's going to be a 4/4 now. Bolt. Oh my god. That's so stupid. You know what, guys? That was a little bit greedy, I think. You know what I should have done? That was my mistake. I should have won that game. My mistake entirely. I should have gone Master, get 4 tokens. That was stupid. 4 tokens. They can't attack profitably with these guys. Leave Harbinger up. Let them go in. Bounce this. Ah, so stupid. So greedy. That game was mine. Bounce their 1 attacker. Crack back with Mutavault. It's an easy win. Very easy win. Lord on the top. Nope, Tidebinder even better. So stupid. Should have just thought for like a second. Like, would it be good to have Harbinger in hand while the opponent's attacking? Probably would be pretty good. I'm just going to run it back. The setup feels fine. Yeah, Nikachu is with us this evening. I happy to have the Merfolk Master along with us. Jesus, this is such a good hand if I top deck an island. Oh man. But I don't have the Ether Vial. I think I have to be disciplined and ship this, guys. But I'm willing to take some input. What are your thoughts? We do have a force to counter something, but like the first spell, force is not amazing in the matchup generally. I feel like this is a disciplined ship here. Yeah, I don't want to get screwed with this hand. It doesn't have the Ether Vial, which makes it just like that. It's just a lot easier to ship. So. Yeah, I also, it's very, very easy to get screwed like this. So we'll mulligan. And yeah, this is just better. If we're going to take a risk, much better just to have the Ether Vial on the board. So opponent, I guess. So they're thinking now on their 7. I should not be in game 3 right now. That was, again, an extremely easy win. Yeah, a braid is an easy way to get got in these situations, but you're going to put one of these Master of Waves on the bottom. A little bit overkill, I think. Double Lord gets us away from Kozilek's return. Opponent apparently has like a borderline hand, and they're just basically going through what I was going through. Like, should I keep the double Kozilek's return with no lands? Triple a braid with no lands. Opponent took the Discipline mulligan. Good for them. We're going to keep. And we're going to bottom the Master of Waves. We'll say done. Well, I mean, it's going to be a little while till I want to tick Ether Vial up, I think. I'm going to keep it on 2 for most of the game, and I could just flood out, so we'll have to see how it goes. And if I flood out, I could play all the 2-drops. I don't know. I like the 2-drops. I like getting around Kozilek's Return because Master of Waves does just die to Kozilek's Return. Opponent thinking again pretty hard about their 6. All right, looks like they kept 6. I don't know, Nikachu, how many they run. I think it probably varies like extremely from one prowess player to another. Oof. Thank you, deck. That was sick. That was sick. I mean, the Abrade is still nasty here, but it looks like the opponent kept a 1-lander. 1-lander with like a bunch of elementals in hand. Come on, pass the turn. Bah, they're gonna find a land now. And yeah, perfect land. Well, they had 2. They have at least 2. And it won them that game, on top of me just punting. I mean, me punting gave them the game. But it didn't hurt that they had 2 Kozilek's Return. Land. Yes. Sick. All right. So now, I mean, the Lightning Bolt just gets a Lord anyway. I don't really need the redraw right now, though. So I might as well just lead on the Lord and see if I can get them to, like, misstep. Although, honestly, just playing Silvergill Adept and just chump blocking seems fine to me. Although I could just vial in Silvergill Adept and chump block if I feel like it. So yeah, I'll play a Lord and see what they're working with. I mean, they could cast this Lightning Bolt at any time, so if they just bolt, they're not going to bolt the Lord on my turn, even though they have mana up, because they need their prowess triggers, presumably, right? Oh yeah, they need it for the pro-red creatures, and those are pretty popular right now, just given like the popularity of prowess. Like in Soul Herder, I definitely have Burrenton Forge Tender. Only way for them to deal with that card is with something like Kozilek's Return. The black-red list gets to use Fatal Push. There, yeah, I guess they decided to use the Bolt. Fair enough. I could have potentially played that differently. I don't know if there's a clear-cut answer there. A Kozilek's Return does still wreck Master of Waves and the rest of the creatures in our... Okay, well, Sprite Dragon is a thing, but unless they have mutagenic growth, we might be able to trade with Soulscar Mage. And I'm willing to get them mutagenic out of their hand, I guess. Not. All right. So they don't. Now that we know they don't have a mutagenic growth in hand, I think it's time to vial this in anyway, even though I'm not blocking. I mean, this would be pretty cool if I had Trickster right now. Unfortunately, I don't. Gutshot is a thing as well, but if they had Gutshot, they would attack. Dismember's okay. We're at a pretty nice, healthy life total right now. Nikachu, what is your point about my stream and lag? Is it a compliment for how smooth it is? What is the... If I draw another 2-drop, I want to be able to vial it in. So we'll say yes. And then with this on the stack, I'm just going to get the Lord on. All right, not amazing. I'm attacking. Who's the aggro deck now? All right. So, I mean, the question is, if they draw like a mutagenic growth, and they have like an opt and a bolt or something, they can grow this outside of dismember range. Also, dismembering on my turn turns on their light up the stage. Dismembering on their turn. So I'm going to dismember right now. Yeah, we're on the same page. Cool. All right. Well, we're at 14. We get Master of Waves next turn. We would love to draw any of our 12 Tempo Bears. Another Kozilek's return would be pretty dirty, but at least it would leave around the Master of Waves. Burst Lightning on the Lord. Well, at least it's not going upstairs. I can sort of dig that, I guess. They've got nothing in the graveyard that they can cast. And they don't have any mountains, so there's Stormwing. So they're not taking tons and tons of damage, but they do get to set up their top decks. 2-drop is just like best. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and say Harbinger is best specifically. Actually, yeah. All right, we're taking 3 here, going to 11. Opponent went bottom, which is good for us, obviously. You know what? I love spicy attacks like throwing a Silvergill into a Stormwing entity because opponent sort of can't block, right? Because I could just have a Lord. So, Harbinger. Oh, Mutavault. Mutavault. So now I think I just pass the turn, Vial in Master of Waves, try to get solid blocks on Soulscar Mage, hope that the opponent has nothing, hope that we don't just die to Stormwing. Maybe I should have not played the Mutavault to have represent 2 cards and then attack into the Stormwing. Yeah, attacking now just feels bad, but if I attack, they know I don't have the Lord. So I'm going to attack anyway, just because I feel like being spicy about it. Aha, I love it so much. I love those attacks. It makes me so happy. Never bluff ponies is an amazing adage. I love it. By Shark, what exactly is weird? Let me know. Oh man, if they have Kozilek's return, this is pretty dirty. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. I think they have Kozilek's return, guys. I think we're going to get wrecked. But if they have it, they're going to cast it now before I even get to block. So I think just throwing like Master of Waves in front is fine. If they do it now, I get to activate Mutavault. It's just a chump, though, in this spot if they wipe the board. Kozilek's return has such nasty synergy with Prowess. Yeah, I mean, they're thinking pretty hard. Pretty hard. They're going to let me block, which makes me think I might even want to... Let me block with well, hold on. I'm going to block with Master of Waves no matter what. But then on the crackback, I've got exactly lethal. Yeah, I've got exactly lethal. So let me just go ahead to blocks. I'm going to throw just Master of Waves, not be greedy. Opponent has bolt, bolt, bolt. Lava Dart on my face. Okay, fair enough. We are well and truly F6 at this point. Opponent has no mountain, so they can't recast that thing. Lava Dart. Okay, so that takes me down to 9. Oh, get out of here, opponent. This is so absurd. MTGO is just processing like that ridiculous situation. That's why it's like taking so long to say that they win. God. No mountains, but they go dart, dart, bolt, bird. So dirty. Just so very dirty. It's like the same exact thing that happened in game 1. They had like Sprite Dragon plus the 2 exact spells that they needed. And I punted away Harbinger in game 1, so man, starting off pretty rough here, guys. All right, just give me 1 second. Yeah, it's not the deck's fault. It was my fault entirely. I haven't been playing with Master Waves very much, which, I think is the case with pretty much everybody. We've been dabbling, but not really being all in on Master Waves, and I guess I'm going to use that as an excuse. Like, I was like so excited to get like 8 tokens. It's just extremely unnecessary and just disappointing myself. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. It's just like the last thing you ever want to hear, but it's it's the case. Let me fill up my water. We're about 1 liter in at this point. You guys want some like ASMR? I think this is pretty nice too. All right, still waiting for an opponent. I was just playing like in Soul Herder on Monday. I also started off 0-2. I think I might have dug myself out to 3-2. No, I think I ended 2-3. And I was commenting on how long it takes to get paired when you're 0-2, just because there's like so few people that are as bad as you are. Feels bad, man. So how's quarantine going where you guys are? Are you like starting to come out of it? I'm in Brooklyn and like gyms are open now, but like you have to schedule and they only let like 30 people in at a time and you have to wear your mask and you have to keep your distance and everything, but it's starting to feel somewhat more normal at this point. Yeah, Bishark, it's true. Mimic is going to make Mono Blue a little bit better again, right? So Master of Waves back in action. Man, 2 minutes to find an opponent? Come on, Magic. Am I really that embarrassing? That you have to take 2 minutes to find me somebody bad enough to play? I think somebody else just popped up. I think Lucas Giggs just like 1 second ago popped onto the board. So congratulations, Lucas Giggs. Oh, no, wait. No, not Giggs. That's funny. Lucas Game 1 GG's, I guess. Is that right? Who knows what he means? Could be Giggs. Oh, they found somebody. Found somebody bad enough. That's good to hear, Nikachu. Just be careful because you want to be more careful. Like, you want to be overly cautious, right? It's not just about protecting yourself. It's about protecting other people. If you go around without a mask and you spoke to, oh my God, like, and now my opponent's not even going to join, so I have to wait 2 more minutes. Oh no, I think they might have joined with like half a second left. Sweet. All right, and we got paired against somebody with like some kind of mythic avatar. So apparently the losers bracket has some champs in it. We're gonna keep this. Hope it's like a blue-white control deck with double cavern and ether vial. I don't think I'm attacking on turn 2, so I will not open with Mutavault. Opponent kept their 7. They've got the crazy mythic avatar. This person looks familiar, but they're playing Sunken Hollow, so interesting. Maybe you guys can like Google Soul Strong and see if they have like 76 tournament results or something. Well, Force feels good in a matchup that's blue-black with Sunken Hollows, I have to say. Maybe I could have played the Mutavault there, but whatever. All right, we're going to reveal Harbinger because I'm almost certainly going to run that thing out first. Did not want to draw a second Ether Vial here. That's pretty bad. Also, we'll pitch Harbinger to Force if they cast anything that we absolutely want to counter. The name looks familiar. I feel I've definitely played against this person before. I think you have to do like some pretty good stuff to get this avatar, though. I think it's pretty old, though. It's from like 2019. A Stoneheart. Well, I'm flattered to hear that I'm your background noise, and not some other streamer. Don't tell me you have 2 streamers going at the same time. That would be too confusing. You guys see this new little like spinny spin thing here? I think that's what happens when I hit F6. But I hit F6 and now I've hit F3, so I think it spins until the opponent has passed priority, at which point it'll sort of register that I've cleared all my auto yields. Yeah. All right. It took them quite a while to figure out that they wanted to play a land. Lord is good. Lord is pretty good. And, you know, it's a Merfolk deck, so I think I probably just want to cast a Lord here. We're not really casting anything else. I don't have any bends to, like, ship these away, so might as well cast it. No, Soul Strong. I've definitely seen this name before. I remember the combination, I think, of the avatar and the name. Strong Sad is also a character from Homestar Runner from back in the day. Yeah, I think it's time to cast a Lord. If the opponent has the push, whatever. Use that mana. Come on, mana leak me. For Uro, I've seen this line where into Cavern they'll cast a mana leak just to get it in the graveyard. Growth Spiral. So this is an excellent Lord, actually. Unless, yep, still excellent Lord. And you know what? I think it's actually time to vial in the other Lord as well. If we hit for 4 here, they go down to 13. Next turn, we untap and swing for 4-4-3-3. So maybe we don't. If they get 3, they go down to 14. We vial in the Lord. Unfortunately, we don't have Force holding up on our turn. 13. Next turn, they're taking 6 plus 8 is 14. Exactly, right? So, and I could vial in Harbinger and even hit for more. So I think I'll just let them take 3. I pretty much just telegraphed that I have another Lord, since I would otherwise not have to think about anything. Dude, Isotope, I did not beat Prowess because I punted in game 2. It was pretty miserable. They had Exaxes with the Sprite Dragon, which I bounced. Thing is, hold up. All right, opponent's thinking, do they have a land drop? Are they just going Uro to not die next turn? Okay, that goes on top of the deck. Looks like they have Cryptic up. They're not really going hard on the snow lands here, so maybe they're not running stuff like Dead of Winter. That's the name of the card. So anyhow, I bounced the Oro. This is going to take them up to 17, and then if we play Harbinger and then draw another Lord, we still can't get there next turn, I don't think, unfortunately, which is... All right, tapped. Okay. So if I vial in the Harbinger and then the Lord, I'm swinging for 12 plus 3 is 15. It's not lethal. So I'd rather just get the Lord on the board and keep Harbinger up as like force fodder. Actually, if I vial this in now and then I draw another Lord, it's 4. No, it's 5, 5, 4, and 4. I think that would be lethal actually if they don't have anything. So Lord is definitely definitely the best choice here, I think. Yeah, Lord off the top gives us a chance to just win right now. We can keep the Ether Vial on 2 for the time being. Opponent could push right now. Not the worst play. They do have double green at this point, so they can just cast Uro. But I also should have access to Island Walk. Lord. Hey. I'm coming for you, opponent. I'm coming for you. You didn't have the push before. I don't think you have the push now. This is only 14, right? But what if I have another Lord? Suddenly. Oh, they do have the push. Get out of here. So if they push the Lord, that means it's going to be 3, 3, and 2, which means it's 8. So let them take 8. They go down to 9. And then they play Uro, gain 3. Go back up to 12. I should be able to get them for lethal next turn anyway, so I don't have to vial anything in right now. All right, I'm not gonna vial anything in right now. Yeah, Bishark. We can pretend. We can pretend that I'm not bad at Magic. I appreciate it. I appreciate the Wall of Blossoms not gonna get you where you want to go, opponent. Huh. Alright, just passing the turn again. So if I vial in Harbinger now, they're sort of forced. Yeah, I'm gonna vial in Harbinger right now. Opponent's thinking. Are they going to, if they snap push, that's amazing because I can just force and then win the game. Come on. I don't know why they would snap push right now. Like, what a weird time to do it. But it does look like they have snap push, I think. Which means that we should be able to win anyway, unless they unless they push one of my attackers rather than the Lord, but I can't do that. I can't see that happening. So, opponent deep in the tank here. Is there, I guess, look, if I play Unsettled Mariner right now, they get pretty blown out if they have snap Fatal Push. So I could see it. I could see sort of an argument, but I do have a force in hand. So that's exactly what we... Actually, you know what? Yeah, if they tap out, then we're good. Because it doesn't matter what I pitch. No. Hang on. Yeah, it doesn't matter what I pitch. Because if they go snap... Okay. So we're going to say yes. And we're going to put in the Harbinger. At this point, now they could still... yeah, they're just going to pass a turn. Awesome. So I think we're actually going to leave both of these vials on 2. They don't have Cryptic up, which is sweet. Opponent thinking about their timing. They seem very uncomfortable over there. As well they should. It's not going to affect what we're doing here, I think. So yeah, we've got lethal on the board, right? So let's see what they do. I'm calling snap push. That's what they're kind of telegraphing. All right, lethal on board, opponent. What do you got? Snap plus push. Force is temporarily offline. Oh, attacking with the Lord might have been good here, but I'm predicting one piece of removal. Okay, so they have a push here, which is good, obviously. And we're going to Violin the other Lord. See what they've got. All right. I got Lords for Days, opponent. Oh my god. So corny. So there's really nothing I can do here to I'm gonna Violin Silvergill on their end step now. So they get blocks, they take 4, they go up to they go down to 5, gain 3. It's so much removal. I mean, we've got pressure. We're doing well, but double removal spell in hand is pretty dirty, I have to say. It looks like they're going for Uro. Go up to 8. I can Silvergill into a Lord. That'd be kind of cool. Empty Graveyard. No more Snapcasters. Drawing a card. Opponent's on 4, up to 5, up to 8. Play a land. We think we kind of like seeing lands in that spot. 4 cards in hand. We're going to Vial in the Silvergill Adept. Opponent is very F6'd right now. I don't know. I guess we try to hit we don't even have blue mana. That's kind of funny. So I can't cast my Spreading Seas. Well, that's a reprieve. When they get in with Uro, they're gonna gain life. They're gonna bounce it. They potentially can't cast it for a while. I mean, if I attack, they don't gain life when they block with Uro. They're still going to take 4, which seems like it's good for us. Like I'm kind of happy to trade a creature for 4 damage here. If they have more removal, though, we lose another creature. But it's one less removal spell that they'll have for a Lord down the road. So I think the attack is good. Yeah, it's not great. The opponent had all the removal. I had all the Lords, but they had all the removal. So it's kind of a theme of this league, I think. If I had a Lord here, I'd feel pretty good. But I don't. So I'm just doing what I can. Block with the Uro. Kill the Mutavault. Pretty dirty. Might as well block something else, right, opponent? Okay. Gonna take 4. They're gonna go back up to 7. And then they'll go up to 10 because they're gonna recast Uro. So in theory, we won't even have we would have lethal because we'd have 12 on board with this Harbinger. All right, passing the turn. Why would I not bounce the Uro? Maybe to just hope that we win. But the thing is, if we bounce Uro, they're very far from casting it again. I mean, very far from escaping it again, which means they suddenly get crappy blocks again. So we would be good in theory for more turns, but bouncing Uro does let them draw another card. Man. Yeah, I could see it. So, are they going to put a land down? Kind of want them to, right? They've now got 6 cards in hand. We do have a force. This is a bad spot, officially. And it's kind of a bad matchup. We kind of have to hope that things line up favorably for us. Growth Spiral, weird timing. Not sure why they do that before damage. You're going to put a land onto the battlefield. I don't know. Okay. Fair enough. Another Growth Spiral. Huh. We could just win here. Could just win if the opponent doesn't have anything. It's kind of a bummer that we have no mana to cast Force, like on our turn. Lord helps the cause. I mean, this was as close as we were going to get, guys. I really like the line of waiting until their end step to bounce Uro. But, you know, they were up to 6 cards that turn. Pretty sure they have like a Cryptic Command in hand at this point. Jesus. My draws have just been so bad. Snapcaster, Growth Spiral is pretty decent for them. Any removal spell, it seems like they run 27 removal spells. Oh, God. Can't get any luck here. Okay, 4 still online. Mutavault at least another body. We're going to have 3 creatures plus the Mutavault. Opponent goes down to 5. They have a removal spell, surely. Growth Spiral to try to find another Fatal Push seems reasonable. Okay, so down to 1. Oh my god, we're so close, guys. We're so close. But they've got 5 cards in hand, and they've got an Uro, which they can now escape with Field of Ruin. They can kill my Mutavault. Ah, man. I wish I could force this stupid thing. I mean, we might still just be able to get there with a Lord. Opponent can field now. So dirty. Whatever. I'm going to float mana because F you Uro decks. I am ahead on time by a good 30 seconds, despite the opponent not doing commentary, unless they actually are. All right, so they're going to be pretty much tapped out at 7 life, so Lord off the top could be GG. I've got a Spreading Seas now, which I can cast. I mean, I've got an island now, which means I can cast the Spreading Seas. Opponent played another land. We are gonna just gonna say okay here. All right, here we go. Here we go. Deck. Lord off the top. 1 time, please. Come on. All right. I don't know. I mean, at this point, they've got 2 sanctuaries, so like Triome is fine. Really doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter at all. A land here gives us another redraw with the... I mean, not a land, but specifically like a blue source that's not Cavern. Opponent thinking if they want to counter that. Probably a good thing to counter, I'd say, right? Because prevents the redraw, gives them another chance to attack with Uro, gain more life, at which, oh my god, they have it. Why wouldn't they have it? So once again, I can attack. I'd only get in for 2 now and lose a creature, so it's just poor. It's just poor. They go up to 10, and this game is slipping away, ladies and gentlemen. Very sad. I mean, on the upside, I am 30 seconds ahead. Opponents almost used 10 minutes in this game. Fact or Fiction is certainly... I'm at least going to attempt to counter it. Yeah, oh, they have a counter spell? All right. Fact or Fiction, we're going to put, I don't know, Fatal Push on one side and Uros on another side, I guess. Go for it, opponent. Go nuts. Yeah, I knew I recognized this name, so... Opponent drawing cards, playing Uros, drawing more cards. Oh, why would you not play another Uro? I know you have... I guess they have a Cryptic Command in hand. At this point, we're just trying to take off some more time from the opponent's clock. I guess like a Master of Wave's sort of fine. I don't know. Tidebinder Mage, that's kind of cool. We can pause him during the beginning of combat. I will attack here. Opponent's got plans. They got tricky plans. Block plus push. Very tricky, opponent. Very, very tricky. Is it very diverse, Nikachu? Do they just play every broken deck, or do they just play this stuff? I guess it's Isotope who said that. All right, beginning of combat. I'm going to tap your Uro. Let's see how you like that, opponent. See how you like them apples. I even got choices between which creature I tap. Push in response. It will have the exact... Okay, there we go. Uro number 2. Why not? And then escape Uro number 2. And then I can ephemerate my Tideminder Mage. Both. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I guess. Doesn't really matter. All right, so it's all just about clicks at this point. Opponent, I'm at 8 life. I got blocks for not days, but maybe a turn. So once again, I'm probably not winning, so I'm just going to pass the turn. Chump block with Silvergill Adept. Violin, another chump block. For the next turn. Got me, opponent. Another Fatal Push. Good Magic card. Gain in life, drawing cards. All very fun things to do. Block. Actually, you know what? Whatever. Up yours, opponent. I'm not blocking. I'm also not vialing in Master of the Pearl Trident. I'm just going to keep it in my hand. Got some Zombos. Gotta love it. Master of Waves potentially extends the game another turn. Hey! That's cool. Yeah, let's pass. Opponent is very F6'd, which is cool. Let's see. Get a bunch of tokens, take a bunch of time. All right. We are going to block. Why not? Just cuz. Just cuz. So you know what? I die to any of them, so I need to block everything. So I will just chump Uro. Say okay. Draw another Master of Waves. Get another minute off the clock. Sure, why not? Triggers. Triggers. Okay, so I'm just gonna pass to the opponent's turn. Let them go to attacks and just F6. Not even gonna line up blocks. You know, one of the few edges that you get against these cheesy decks is making them play it out, you know? Like, so we have about a minute and a half advantage. We should, if we win a game, it could be significant. Nikachu, is that sarcasm about it being a well-timed lord? I think that was sarcasm. Are we gonna 0-3 the beginning of this league? Why do we get paired against like the Magic Online champion in this round? So when we're 0-2, I mean, I guess Ether Gust is okay because we are a tempo deck. I don't like Ether Gust in Soul Herder because that deck is absolutely not a tempo deck. Let's go. Ether Gust. Dismember's pretty terrible. I don't think we're Pithing Needle anything. Let us get another like 20 seconds off the opponent's clock. I think Spreading Seas is pretty useless. All the bears are sort of okay just to like punch the opponent. Like we almost won the game with stupid bears and like hanging on with lords, but the opponent had I think like 4 removal spells in hand in the early part of the game. not a path deck. I can't really sideboard out lands. Ether Vial's good. Harbinger's not like super amazing. I think I'll take out maybe a Harbinger. Opponent's playing often at instant speed. We didn't see any Planeswalkers. They could play Reclamation. I'm bringing in 3 Deprives, which hits Uros. So maybe trim 1 Force, 1 Master of Waves, and another Harbinger. Run it like that. All right, opponent. I'm bringing the Heath this game. We're going Cavern of Souls, Island, Ether Vial, 4 Lords. Now let's go 3 Lords and a Deprive. Nah, I'll keep it. Harbinger will probably be the first creature that I play, and then it's just like Lords from there, I guess. See how many removal spells the opponent has. I mean, that's an option, Nikachu. This is game 2. Opponent is just about halfway through their clock after 1 game. They mulligan to 6 here. By the time they play their first land, they'll almost certainly be halfway through their clock. They've mulliganed to 5. So we're going to bring the heat, and we'll see if they can take it. All right. So we go Island. Island go. Maintain our time advantage. Approaching a 2-minute advantage. Opponent Island go. Probably what's happening. Maybe a Serum Visions. I'm definitely just F6ing. What could they be thinking about here? Just gonna main phase the Harbinger just because I think Trickster is more relevant to actually cast when they have like an Uro on the board if it gets to that. But when they have to mulligan to 5, in theory they have far fewer resources to escape Uro early on in the game, and they didn't play a fetch at the beginning, so maybe they're holding up like Spell Snare, which would be awesome. Mutavault, decent as the 4th land. It's an attacker. It also lets us cast Silvergill's a good one. Still gonna play Disciplined, waiting to bring out the Lords. They don't have fetches for Uro, which is pretty nice. I will just reveal a Lord here, I guess. Ether Vial would be nice off the top. But really just, oh, that's even better, I think. I am playing against Sultai Uro. Opponent gets to go get green mana, I guess, if they want to. Getting rid of Cavern is going to let me cast Merfolk Trickster this turn, which is pretty cool. Okay, another blue land. I mean, potentially, well, this is not even a snow land, so they're definitely not running, they're not F6, so they might have a Spell Snare, in which case I would not force it. Just like, totally okay. You can have the Spell Snare on the Trickster. Dispute is fine. Dispute is totally fine. We're going to say no. Say okay. And I think running a Lord out is totally correct here. If they tap out for like Damnation, we just have the win. All right, Dispute might have been better for the Lord. 2-turn clock. Opponent F6'd. So really, I mean, they're playing well with the clock. They're doing their best here. They've only taken about 2 minutes in this game. And they can absolutely win a game in 11 minutes. You can tell they've played a fair amount of control. Although, honestly, I take it back. Like, I don't know why they're wasting 30 seconds thinking about this attack. Yeah, I've got the win on board. So if they tap out for anything, I can counter. I've also got force. I've also got force on my turn, right? So if they try to hold up Cryptic, we've got it covered. Opponent down to 1030. All right, so it looks like they're going for Cryptic. It's going to get another couple of seconds out of their clock. So just Mutavault. Pushing the Lord. I think I'm down with forcing this anyway. They're super F6'd right now, so they conceded the game. Awesome. All right, well, they still have more than 10 minutes, so kudos to the opponent for playing a fast game. I guess they were thinking about, like, last turn during the attack, whether they wanted to push on that turn. I'm going to run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay, so what are you all chatting about? Ready to play with any tools from Zendikar? Your favorite cheese for chili dog? I usually just have sliced cheese. Sometimes I slap some Parmesan. I'm really high in Glasspool and Thief. Yeah, Glasspool seems dope in Mono Blue, for sure. Drastic Quill. Some of you guys are going to unfollow me right now, I'm sure, but I'm actually, dun dun dun, a vegan. So no cheese on my chili dogs. Just get straight out of here with those chili dogs. Nikachu likes trimming and keeping in the dorks. I can see that. They do interact with Uros and such. Keeping in one Master Waves is sort of okay. Sort of clean things up a little bit. We are boarding out all of our Cs, so we're losing a bit of our devotion. Hey, Paintball Demon, welcome to the stream. I'm currently 0-2, paired against the Magic Online Uber champion, apparently, in the losers bracket, which is unfortunate. This is unfortunate. Yeah, Drastic Quill, get this. I've been a vegan for 23 years. Shocked Pikachu face. Keep. Peace. Later, Ferdy. Later, Ferdy. It's because I'm a hippie. It's because the meat industry is a complete scourge on the environment. Not even going to talk about, opponent, you did not keep a one-land hand. You did not. That's, all right. I was going to say you just embarrassed your whole family. 3 Ether Vials. The deck knows what I'm looking for. I know you guys are just messing around. Thank you, Fruit Kid. How do you know I'm not like 23, though? Maybe I've been vegan since I was born. I do look super good for my age, though. Sexy beast. Growth Spiral. I'm not going to force that. Force a little bit more important than that. But they didn't have a land to play. Okay, opponent is playing a little bit faster. We got to watch all these stupid Ether Vial triggers that we don't fall behind on time. It's a good card in the matchup. We've got good cards in the matchup, but these stupid Ether Vials are stupid. Yeah, there's definitely countries where the meat industry is not the worst thing in the world necessarily. But I'm in America, and it is the worst thing in the world. People get diabetes, they get super fat and unhealthy, on top of the destruction to the environment. I'm going for it, opponent. I'm going Soul Strong. They're thinking. Just push right away. Just push that guy. Can't let the trickster stick around. So we're going 3-2-2 this time. Let's get these stupid stack out of here. It's ridiculous that you have to manually stack all of your Ether Vials. It's like, I do not care what the order is, Magic. Don't care at all. Yeah, we're just going damage here, guys. Like, not even calculating anything. I think the opponent missed a land drop, which is sick. So let's go. Let's go Merfolk. Let's get a win against 2019 national champion. They didn't. They just passed the turn. What are you guys talking about over here? Up, up, up. Snapcaster for a push is getting straight up force of negationed. All right, they're trying to trick me with all the triggers and stuff. I'm getting bamboozled. Maybe they have a force. Actually, that would be pretty good if they had a force for them. Not so good for me. But they're F6'd, so get wrecked, opponent. Another lord, just for the rub-ins. Not a lord. That's terrible. I'm just gonna keep it in hand. Keep whiffing, opponent. Keep whiffing. Oh no. I do have another force, but I don't have lethal, which is unfortunate. Opponent's not going to time out. They play well enough with their deck. I had hopes, but oh no. Is this a damnation? Don't cast damnation, opponent. That would be lame. Don't do it. Don't you do it. They're going to cast Growth Spiral or something, right? Okay, well that can't be countered, opponent. You don't have to do it on your turn. You can tell the opponent's pretty shook right now. All right, fair enough, opponent. You got me. Go for the throat. Interesting tech. All right, so now we are playing for the clock. All right. I think I'll continue to keep this island in hand. Nah, I'm sure they don't. I'm just thinking about 4-drop spells. If you cast Uro, I'm going to cast Ether Gust, and then we're both going to laugh about what a good time we're having. That card is going to wreck me. It's going to wreck me hard. And it's going to do it within 8 minutes, I'm sure. They play field. They put that crazy spider on the bottom. Why would you do that? That spider is nuts. Guys, like, my streams have been so terrible lately just with these stupid, like, flooding. 3 Ether Vials and 8,000 lands. Gust our own vial. We should do it, as then we complain about drawing 4 vials. Okay, I guess so. This is getting forced, opponent. You thought you were all clever, like putting the spider on the bottom. I say Might as well get in with the Snapcaster. Like, what are you doing? The time gap is narrowing slightly. Opponent is using their F6 key pretty effectively. That's kind of interesting. Not the worst card I could have drawn. Could keep it around for Uro, but not really feeling that. Master of Waves. Castle Vantress. Castle Vantress gonna let us scry some. Opponent working without a graveyard right now. How's that feel, opponent? He said, feels fine. I'm gonna play Uro. I'm gonna get 1,000 zombies. You can have your 2 points, opponent. I think I'll actually scry on upkeep. Opponent thinking if they want to respond to my scry. Very, very tricky play here. Should I let him scry? Should I wait a while? Maybe I'll let him scry. Maybe not. Maybe I'll wait a little while. Should I let him scry? Should I wait a little while? Maybe I'll wait a little while. Okay. This goes on the bottom. I can't play this and crack it now, so it goes on the bottom. Bottom. Oh, so trolled by this deck. They've got 2 Fields of the Dead. All right, so we are clearly doing our best to 0-3 here. The deck would have it no other way. What do you got, opponent? You got a land? You got a land. Okay, I can dig it. Got a land. Maybe another Hour of Promise. Maybe an Uro, perhaps? Oh, a fetch land. Fetch land, even better than. Or say no. I gotta remember to do. Oh, they blew up my scries. Like. Pretty sure we're just dead here, guys. Unless it's like Gill into Master of Waves, and then we just like delay it by a turn. At least we can try to have some fun. We can start playing Lord or No Lord even earlier than we usually do. Opponents thinking once again whether they want to continue to pursue their strategy of spending more time or letting my stupid triggers resolve. And it looks like they're erring on the side of taking more time. Lord or no Lord? No Lord. Alright, I'm going to tap one of these zombies. I'm going to play my Cavern of Souls, and I'm going to name... What is the funniest thing that I can name? Antelope or something? Antelope. I like Antelope. I'm hilarious. Opponent once again thinking real hard. I don't like them taking all this time. It's unnecessary and it's unsportsmanlike. Me playing out the game is not bad, but then just like thinking for no reason. I'm gonna say let's go, Grandma. No, I'm not. I'm gonna save that. Since they just passed priority. Fact or fiction? Let's do it. Let's go. Growth Spiral. Play a land, get a zombie. Play a land, get a zombie. I can dig it. No, I didn't even tap anything with Trickster. Good games. Thank you. Good luck with the rest. And I'm gonna scoop it up. Is it opponent's not giving me the GGs? They don't appreciate the antelope. Oh, well, let me go to blocks then. Let's drag this out a little bit. Maybe activate Ether Vial. Tap their wall. If they're not gonna give me a GG, then I'm just gonna play it out. All right, Soul Strong, you strike again. Oh, Lord or no Lord, ladies and gentlemen. That's the most we're getting out of this league right now. Lord or no Lord. You've got like 1 second because I'm going to do it right now. Boom. No Lord. Can't get any breaks in this league. No Lord. There it is. Wait, what was that? What was that? I'm still in the league, Magic Online. It's trying to encourage me to not play anymore. Look at all these people putting up 5-0s. It's already like a lot of people. Some people would scoop when they're 0-3. Not me. I will scoop at 0-4. So how are you guys doing? Any of you guys still with me? Just like along for the ride? Just enjoying the draws? Land, Ether Vial, land, Ether Vial, land, Ether Vial. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Mr. Nikachu. All right. Now, if you think it takes a long time to get paired against an opponent when you're 0-2, let's see how long it takes to get paired against an opponent when you're 0-3. In the meantime, let's go look at some stuff. Hide all that garbage. And yeah, so I'm probably just going to play some number of mirror pools or glass pools, I guess. Mirror pool is a different card. So I'll probably like cut at least 2 islands and replace them directly with 2 glass pools. I'm not sure what I want to do with the land count. Like, do we want to run 20 lands with glass pools, including them? Oh, look, we found an opponent already. Or do we want to like run a land or 2 more and prevent flooding out? Or no, wait, prevent getting mono screwed. All right, well, Nikachu, I appreciate you sticking with me. Night Owl is waiting for me to respond. He's like, did you also find your way into the 0-3 bracket? Yes, I did. Well, that's a keep. Hopefully we're playing against some sick janky brew. Because that's what makes like going into the 0-3 bracket worthwhile. Okay. Island, go. Play. Let's see if it's Bogles and they kept a 1-lander. That would be fun. Let's see. It's pretty specific. Verdant Catacombs with no land drop, and they didn't crack it, so can't play the Spreading Seas yet. This looks like Tarmogoyf, so almost certainly not going to cast any of these Tricksters yet. So I think we just go ahead and jam the Lord. Temple Bear is actually decent against Jund. Yeah, Fruit Kid, you are so excited about Glasspool. Like, I haven't seen a Merfolk player this excited about a new card in a while. It's awesome. Being excited about stuff is what life's all about. I'm sort of excited. I'm not as excited as you are, though. Ren and 6 on turn 2 after turn 1 Fatal Push. It's the Jund way. Scavenging Ooze. Scavenging Ooze is pretty dirty, actually. But I'm just going to like Trickster and then Harbinger, like combo it out. Oh, Tidebinder actually is just better than all that. They could, of course, jam Liliana make me sack the Tidebinder, which is pretty nasty. But if they do that, then I get to kill Liliana with Mutavault, so I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Opponent's like, what? Tidebinder Mage? In the main deck? That's how I roll, opponent. Okay, alright. Blackleaf Cliff, so that means it's time for Kolaghan's Command. Oh, Kroxa could be worse. I'm gonna keep Seize because it draws a card and takes them off green mana, which is nice. I will pitch the Harbinger because Tricksters are pretty nice. Tarmogoyf Eaters. Okay. Trying to catch up with chat while this guy's casting Kroxa. It was so game winning, really. Like game winning is a bold claim. All right. Well, I'm excited to hear that it seems good. So hitting their green mana seems decent here. We don't quite know that they're off green mana yet. They may have just wanted to squeeze that Blackleaf Cliffs in. Totally a possibility. Gonna eat something. Fair enough, opponent. Fair enough. It's the last time you're gonna ever use that Overgrown Tomb for green mana. A little hasty playing out my land there, but I'm pretty sure I want to get that island on the battlefield. I mean, like, Vantress might be slightly more optimal. Ugh, we're starting the flood out, guys. That's it. From here on out, it's nothing but lands and Aether Vials. Opponent thinking very hard before I go to my combat step. Thinking very hard before going to blocks. Just reading Tidebinder one more time. Before accepting that they have no blocks to declare. There we go. There we go. All right. So once again, opponent could totally have more green mana. They did play a fast land on turn 3. Yeah, more green mana. Why not? Lightning Bolt. Oh, it's kind of nasty. Now they get to eat something again if that's the path in life that they choose. All right. Hungry Scavenging Ooze. I mean, I guess running out a Merfolk Trickster here is kind of the play. Opponent's trying to fill up their graveyard to escape this Kroxa. Why? Unearth Kroxa. I mean, it's like whatever. I guess they just get another Kroxa for like one less mana. They get to unearth it soon. Soon. Let's go! Lord. Lord or no Lord? Lord. Lord is always the answer. You gotta have faith. I know I was talking smack about the deck a second ago. But it can't have such thin skin. It has to be able to take a joke. Give me a Lord deck. Oh, alright. I was totally kidding about drawing lands for the rest of the game. Please don't be offended and continue to give me Lords. This is not going to last very long if I get Lords off the top. Tw 12 land Merfolk? You call that a troll deck? I don't know. It's just a bad deck. I guess troll decks tend to be bad decks. It's like the plan is to mulligan to land. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's good. Maybe you just mulligan to lands. Sometimes you get lands and then, like in your opening hand, and then you never draw another land for the rest of the game. Sounds actually pretty sweet. Maybe you got to try that sometime. But then you keep the 2-lander and the 10 lands left in the deck are just on top. Opponent taking 2. Is this going to be like a Bloodbraid cascading in... Oh, Seasoned Pyromancer. It's going to pitch something and draw nothing. Literally nothing, opponent. You got nothing. You got 2 lands on top of the deck, and I just win. Well, I don't mind you eating that thing, because I do not mind. Keep eating. Come on. I'm, of course, just playing as if I have another... Oh, look at that. Look at that. What are the odds that the opponent has a lightning bolt exactly in their hand? The odds are super duper thin. I'm gonna just like big up the deck for giving me the double lord. Take the win where I can get it. If they have the lord, like, well done, Jund opponent. Well done. I mean, attacking with the lord actually seems bad, right? Because I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win anyway if they don't have the bolt. Oh wait, no. They can eat Croxa, so I've got to attack with everybody. All right, opponent. Can I win a game this entire league? Can I do it? I think I've got it, guys. I think I got it. Opponent with the bolts. Oh my god. All right, we got a game. We got a game. Feeling good. Feeling good about myself. Feeling good about my deck choice. Feeling good about my skills as a Magic player. Sometimes it's so hard to drag these cards for some reason. All right. Pithing Needle is actually pretty good in the matchup. I don't know that I want 3. In that game, it could have turned off Scavenging Ooze, which would be pretty decent. But it's really there for like the Lilianas and the Ren and 6s. Ether Gust is a tempo card. We are a tempo deck. This is a grindy-ass matchup. So I'm going to start by taking out 2 Ether Vials. Tempo Bears. Tempo Bears are okay, because they're actually bodies. I take out like all the forces against Jund. I don't like them very much against Jund. I do love Master of Waves against Jund. Spreading Seas, just the nuts, pretty awesome. Maybe 2 Pithing Needles is enough for this matchup. Really, like all the Pithing Needles only come in against like crazy artifact decks, Tron. Devoted Devastation. Man, that Devoted Devastation matchup feels like it was like 10 years ago. That was this evening? I can't believe that was this evening. Yeah, I gotta trim 1 more card. Could trim a land. I am on the draw. But I don't love trimming lands when I'm trimming Ether Vials, so I don't think I want to do that. I think Harbinger is the least good tempo bear. Could trim a Silvergill because it gets killed by Ren and 6. Maybe I'll do that. I'll trim a Silvergill Adept. Blasphemy. Trimming Silvergill Adepts. But we do it sometimes. Nikachu knows all about that. Doodle-doo. I'll keep it. I will keep it. Okay, opponent's keeping as well, of course. But we are on our way to potentially the 1 in 3 bracket. It's pretty dope. Pretty exciting. Opponent with the untapped Blood Crypt. No hand disruption. Not exactly sure why they would do that. I'm not going to play a 1-drop. Turn 3 choke from the opponent. That's a pretty nice hand, actually. Pretty nice. Turn 2 Scavenging Ooze, turn 2 Tidebinder Mage. Huh. Okay, well, they're definitely holding up removal here. So we are just going to take the turn off, and if they have choke, I'm just going to play neatly around it right now. You don't do anything, I don't do anything, opponent. That's how this is going to work. I love this avatar. It's pretty ridiculous. I guess it's a Oh, all right. Well, I'll take it. I'll take it. Got to use those spells, opponent. Use them while the using's good. Land. Mutavault, specifically, I would like. Mutavault. Opponent without the third land drop. It's pretty good for us, guys. Guys and gals. Mutavault. Actually, we got so much double blue that I don't mind drawing that second... that second cavern. So again, playing around choke, because I can. I'm going to do it like that. And... I don't know. What's the best play? If they go like Liliana Uptick, then flashing in Trickster takes it down to 1 if I play a Lord next turn. I mean, whatever. Like, I get Lord is probably fine here. They'll keep main phasing removal for whatever reason. I'm not tapping my islands. Pretty next level. Have you guys seen these islands? Pretty awesome. So this is absolutely going to be Liliana. I mean, she's going to get something taking down. It's possible it's a slight mistake, not just holding up Trickster, but Trickster's really good against their creatures, so it's definitely like, okay, take your pick, opponent. They don't have Liliana, so I think it was the right call at this point. If they didn't have their third land until this turn, they definitely have gas. So if they have like a Renin 6 at this point, well, that'd be weird because they would have played it last turn, I think. And they just top decked this Bloodstain Mire. They took Harbinger. That was the one I was going to sideboard out. That's weird. All right. Just feeding the Uro. Pithing Needle is interesting. So they did not just slam Liliana here. So they obviously don't have one in hand. They might just have like a Scavenging Ooze, in which case it's going to be better just to wait on Pithing Needle. So, I mean, seems pretty bad just running out Master of Waves here. For anybody who is interested, if you check the Discord and like Google altered lands or whatever, I actually had 20 of these lands with border extensions done. So I left the stone sort of old school frame, and then on the black I had the artist sort of extend it, and they're pretty dope. Yeah, I think I'll just continue slow rolling my cards here. Like, I don't love just jamming Master of Waves for minimal value, and yeah, whatever. Your go, opponent. Nah, I'm not playing Tidebinder. Yeah, okay, you go, opponent. Do they draw a 4th land? We'll have to wait and see. No 4th land. All right, now it's time to flash in the Trickster. Go for beats. If they have removal, they're just going to cast it. They've shown that they are not afraid to main deck an uncounterable removal spell. Going to continue tapping only my Cavern of Souls. One opponent, your hand must be totally stacked if you have no lands. You know, I feel like at this point, like if I don't draw something good on this turn, I'm just going to run out Pithing Needle. Shocked face. Discarding a card. So, you know, they don't have the walkers right now, so pretty easy choice just to ditch the Pithing Needle. Opponent is reading Pithing Needle right now. I mean, I could have gone more aggro, played the Tidebinder untapped, and played Master of Waves. Mutavault. I can dig it. That's a 3/3 with Master of Waves. Again, we're gonna try to tap as few islands as possible just because we have the option. Master of Waves also good if they top deck a Liliana. Minusing doesn't really do anything. Cruising towards that 1/3. And suddenly we have some kind of board. That's why we run the 4 Mutavaults. Because when the deck just gives you land after land after land, some of them are actually creatures. Opponent continuing to draw nothing but gas, not playing a 4th land. Maybe their hand is like 4 Bloodbraid Elves and another removal spell or something. In the tank. They have the Fatal Push, but they don't have Revolt. How do we trigger Revolt? Oh, there it is. All right, so now just Bloodbraid Elf, right? Not too much to think about. Okay, oh, tapped. Never mind. I don't know what the opponent is doing. Like, okay, all right, just getting rid of the Master of Waves. Fine, you got it. All right, good draw. I am maybe attacking with Mutavault, maybe not. I think we can just tap the other cavern here. It's pretty grindy stuff. Spreading Seas, so that if they do play Choke at some point, it keeps one of their lands tapped as well. All right, well, that lets us pretty cleanly just pass the turn. Another bolt, another push. Good with me. Opponent is more than 5 minutes behind me. Not the most complicated deck. But we're in the 0-3 bracket. Not even being sarcastic, you know, so some of the players who find their way into the 0-3 bracket are fairly new. They're going to take a little while sometimes. So, okay, Bloodbraid Elf that you could have cast last turn, a little weird. But I guess they wanted to trigger Revolt, but I don't know. They triggered, whatever, I don't know. They were just shook of the Master. Cascading into Liliana. Fine, you're going to tick down. I'm going to kill her next turn. But they probably have another push in hand. I think we still get her anyway. Okay. Actually, probably would have been better to make me discard something. I prefer to sacrifice the Silvergill Adept here. So now there's a green creature for us to tap down. So I'm just going to tap it with, tap this with Trickster, kill Liliana. Probably activate the Mutavault. You know what? Hang on. Yeah, there's no reason to take the damage here, I don't think. So just gonna tap this Bloodbraid Elf right now. I mean, they may have not attacked with it to protect Liliana. Actually, that's like semi-possible that they were going to do that. So if they have the push, maybe they'll just freak out and do it right now, which would be better for us, so that we know we have to activate Mutavault to kill Liliana. So I have a pretty healthy life total. I don't necessarily have to tap down the Bloodbraid Elf. I think I just have to kill Liliana, so I'm going to do that. And then you know what? I can still cast. All right, let's go. I'll cast the Tidebinder, keep the Bloodbraid tapped, keep the Master in hand. Let's see if they push here. I mean, I'm going to throw both of them at Liliana. A smart player or a more experienced player would wait until after damage to see if I play something better, like a Lord. I think they know about the Tidebinder. I'm fairly certain they know about the Tidebinder, so they'd probably wait for me to cast something better. It's also just possible they don't have the push. All right, cool. So far, so good. And we'll just go Tidebinder. I mean, they might just play another Liliana, in which case it might make me pitch the Lord, but I have a feeling they're just going to continue down-ticking any Lilianas that they have. I have now officially gone through 2 liters of water. Once again, fighting tooth and nail for that 1-3 bracket. Kolaghan's Command, another one. Why not? Seems good. Nikachu staying like super hydrated is like so weird, opponent. If you're gonna do that, just do it on my turn. I don't know, like. The deck is getting tired, just like me. They want this game to be over with. Another Kolaghan's Command right off the top. I was saying, with my job, I talk like all day long, and so if I don't drink water all the time, I get these like really vicious sore throats. Kolaghan's Command. Boil. All right, well, you know, it's only dealing with 2 of my lands. We talk about choke and boil all the time. It's nice for it to come up every now and then. Opponent's just shook. I'm just tapping their stupid Bloodbraid Elf down. They seem F6'd as well, so take that boil, put it back in your sideboard, opponent. Got 2 more boils in your hand? Please reveal your... Oh, they scooped. So, Lord or no Lord, everybody? I'm going to say no Lord, just because I have been getting significantly trolled this entire evening. Drum roll. We got to do it quick because MTGO apparently is like such a, I don't know, complicated program that they can only leave the window for drawing extra cards for like 10 seconds. All right, here we go. Lord or no Lord? I say no Lord. Boom. No, I knew it. Deck wouldn't give me... see that? See that? The trolly nature of what just happened? The deck continuing to laugh out loud at me. All right, so 1-3 bracket. I'm going to guess that opponent has not made their way onto the fresh table yet. And we'll just jump right back in. Clean win against Chund. Just like smooth, easy, nothing to it. Nothing to it. Yeah, that boil was funny. I called choke from like turn 1, and I mentioned it like 10 times. But they happened to draw boil instead of choke. I feel like Jund is going pretty hard towards the red these days, right? They've got not just Bloodbraid now, but Seasoned Pyromancer. It took Jund a long time to get on the Seasoned Pyromancer train, right? It took them like, I don't even know, like a full year or something. I feel like they weren't playing that like up till like 2 months ago or maybe a month and a half ago. But now they're all over it, like peanut butter and jelly or something like that. All right, we won the Jai roll. We're playing against Eric the Destroyer. And this is reasonable. So hopefully Eric the Destroyer is on Neo form, and literally this league just ends in 1.5 seconds. I'm going to start with Island. Badoop. Choosing not to play against main deck choke and boil. Burn. Goblin Guide, gonna hook it up with another land. Yep, hooked it up with another land. I can dig it. So I'm just gonna play Mutavault, Silvergill, hold up Force for like the Searing Blaze. Oh man, guys, I think we're gonna feed the kids tonight. Reveal the Lord, because that's what we're gonna pitch to the Force. I mean, we're feeding the kids like peanut butter and jelly. We're not eating lobster tonight. I mean, if they play, I guess Eidolon. I don't know. I don't know what's better for us, like Searing Blaze or Eidolon. But if you got the Blaze, let her rip, opponent. If they think I'm not trading here, they are sorely mistaken. Tidebinder Mage. It's a good one. Yeah, just gonna block. Just gonna block. Blocking all day. Keep that life total high. You got an Eidolon. Eidolon's okay. It's a good card. Gonna tap that dude down though. Gotta be careful with Vantress. I have like played it like, yes, a blue land, and it like entered tapped. Like, oh my god. You need the island. I do have the island. So we're gonna play Vantress. We're gonna play Tidebinder. We're gonna take 2 damages. I'm gonna prevent 2 damages from Eidolon of the Great Revel. And we're gonna jam Master of Waves next turn, and the opponent's gonna try to Searing Blaze it like a smart burn player. But like a smart Merfolk player, we're going to have the Force of Negation. Goblin Guide. Okie dokie. That's sort of okay. Master of Waves blocks that pretty well. I don't think Burn is on main deck Skullcrack anymore, right? Though they may be because of like stupid Uros running all over the place. Searing Blaze. Lightning Helix. Well, you know, close enough. They've got it. So definitely forcing this. Gonna take 2 more damages, and then I gotta stop saying damages. I'm just like way too tired. I don't usually say damages, I promise. Definitely not trading this time. Not just because Tidebinder's locking down the Eidolon. I'm not being trolly with saying Eidolon. It's just it's how it's pronounced. For any of you uneducated folk out there, check it out. Harbinger is kind of cool. It's like bounce something, but I think I'm just gonna play Master of Waves. That's fine. That's your call, Nikachi. It's totally legit. I mean, 99% of Magic players are gonna think that you're doing it the right way, so you got more EV, I think, your way. I just get a bunch of ridiculous comments on my YouTube channel like, why are you saying it like that? Opponents in the tank. Definitely complicated plays going on right now. Okay, Boros Charm, I can dig it. And Skewer. Sure, all right. Getting closer. Probably not attacking. I have to imagine you're not attacking when I have like ultra lethal here. All right, good call, opponent. All right, little math. Little math. They can block a 3. They're going to take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we got this. We got this super easily. GG. Yeah. Okay, this seems fine. I will name Goblin, so don't think it matters. Here we go. Time for the math to happen. Opponent's still mathing it out. Okay, there we go. Cool. All right. The kids can taste it. Might be eating some food this evening. All right, so none of this does anything in the matchup. Ether Gust seems pretty good. I don't think that Echoing Truth is good enough. Deprive is relatively poor on the draw, but I'll still bring him in. I think it's good enough. Spreading Seed's a little worse on the draw. I'll take 2 of those out, bring them back in when I'm on the play. All of the Temple Bears are the best. And we're going to hope to draw Ether Vial and hope that the opponent doesn't draw like Smash to Smithereens. So maybe I'll take out like 1 Deprive since it's bad on the draw. Maybe 1 more because again it's bad on the draw. And on the draw, Master of Waves pretty clunky. We're gonna look to skew a little bit harder towards the Temple Bears. I'm gonna take out 1 Master on the draw, and I'll be right back because I've been drinking too much water. All right, so I'm going to apologize to the deck for complaining about all the lands that it gave me earlier in the league. It's my fault, deck, not yours. So hopefully we can put that behind us. Give me a decent opening hand here, please. 2 lands, Ether Vial, 4 Tidebinder Mages. Not asking for much. Yeah, no, I know I have to submit the deck. But if I submit the deck and then go to the bathroom, then it sits and I just waste the opponent's time, waste my time. We are keeping. The deck heard my plea. It didn't really hook it up so much, but it's a keep. It's got, only 5 mana sources, but I do really like having Ether Vial, particularly on the draw. We know we're playing against a deck with Eidolon of the Great Revel, and Ether Vial is one of the ways that we can actually not get blown out by that card. Mutavault off the top would be pretty nice. Hey, guys. Nikachu, man. We have different outlooks on mulligans, I think. It's definitely not a hand you can ever say like you can't keep it. It's got turn 1 Ether Vial, which is huge. Trickster's great in the matchup. Ether Vial, not just Ether Vial in any matchup, but it's Ether Vial against Eidolon. And we just drew gas, so we're doing good. Keep calm and carry on. Another Mutavault. Oh. Island is okay though. I mean, it's just getting it off the top of the deck. Okay. Opponent is holding up their mana, keeping their options open. So I think this is a pretty clear turn where I would just want a Trickster, the Goblin Guide, leave up Harbinger for a subsequent turn. I do have to actually pitch one of my lands here. So that's definitely not a problem pitching a land. Oh man, the deck saved me. The deck heard that I was sincerely not that upset that it gave me like 8,000 lands in this league. It's like, all right, as long as you're not gonna complain, I'll give you, some decent cards on the top of the deck. Opponent not cracking their Bloodstained Mire. Apparently they want to draw more lands, which is curious. So just going straight tap style here. Like not that interested in seeing the top card of my deck here. Just trying to do a bit of damage control. with all these lands in our hand, like a Master of Waves would be pretty nice. But the opponent, okay, cracking now. I guess the opponent thinks that like Searing Blazing my Trickster will not tap the Goblin Guide. Puzzling it out. There we go. You did it, opponent. I knew you could do it. Third land, please. Please, please, please. Pretty please. Oh. Okay, that's a good draw against Burn with only 2 lands. So we can actually just bounce their Goblin Guide, hard cast Force, maybe getting This is tricky. Do I want to play a Lord and just pitch a Lord to Force? Because they're almost certainly sitting on another Searing Blaze. I think I'm just going to chill and hard cast Force this turn. Keep my Lords at the ready. Dude, Nikachu against running like Soul Herder. I've called basic planes before. I think twice at least, and it's the only planes in the entire deck, and I've drawn it twice. It's pretty remarkable because the odds are like less than 1%. But it's got to happen every now and then, which is why I like playing these silly games like Lord or No Lord. It's just kind of fun times. Tidebinder Mage, I can dig it. All right, opponent. What are you gonna do about this Harbinger? Gonna think for a little while and then Searing Blaze it. Fine by me. Fine by me. Okay. Now, one might say that I was wasting mana potentially not playing this Force. Might be correct, but I think I've got the opponent on the ropes. No. Tidebinder Mage. Love it. So, without any creatures, they didn't play out their Goblin Guide again. Interesting. Which means they probably have like a Lightning Bolt right now. I could continue to hold up Force of Negation. Seems kind of weird though. I don't know. Seems fine-ish, right? Fine-ish. Definitely not countering the Rift Bolt, but I want to counter. I want to somehow not 2-for-1 myself with Force. Luck-based chess, pretty accurate. At the same time, I have to start dealing. Next turn, I can hold up Force and do stuff. So, yeah, the top decks are sort of okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to attack here, attacks, and if the opponent wants to if they feel like they have to bolt the Harbinger, that would be weird. Almost certainly bolting my face. So with that being the case, I like vialing in Tidebinder, so I'll just keep Vial untapped. One takes 2, they bolt my face, they bolt my face, they bolt my face. They path the Harbinger. Okay, they bolt my face. You got it. So we know the opponent has 3 non-lands in hand. At least that's how things appear. So I'm continuing to not counter. Oh my. Oh my. Opponent playing pretty tight, I have to say. What's going on over there? What you doing? Thinking about whether you should play Eidolon or leave up one of your crazy 2-drop spells. I guess Boros Charm just kills me. Opponent's just passing because I'm holding up Force. So also letting them holding up mana, so I don't know. Let's see. It's gonna be hard to beat this ridiculous hand that they have, like just chilling on 2 lands. It'd be nice if they continue to chill and we draw another Lord here. Spreading Seas kind of forces their hand a little bit. But they probably have like 2 Boros Charms in hand, doesn't really matter. But if they have 2 and they don't have another white source, then they can't cast both of them. What do you got, opponent? Let's see that Boros Charm. Lightning Helix? I kind of feel like I should let Lightning Helix resolve. Then I can... Yeah, no, I'm going to counter it. I'm going to counter it. All right, cool. Spreading Seas established. Okay, well, at this point, we're going to attack, and if they've got, like, a Goblin Guide, we can always lock it with a Tidebinder. Let's just think for 1 second. If I Violin the Lord now, I swing for 7 and take them to 14. I've got lethal next turn anyway, unless they've got, like, land plus either Boros Charm or, like, double red spell, which they very well could have. So they finally hit their 3rd land. Why not? Perfect time to do that. Remember, we're on the draw in this game, so you're gonna wait till my upkeep to hit me. That would be very smart. I would appreciate seeing that, actually, seeing some elevated play from Burn. Oh, hey now. I think we're putting some food on the table this evening, guys. Pretty psyched. Pretty psyched. Opponent with Bolt plus Gutshot. Let's go. They haven't done the math yet. I guess maybe they could have a Bolt and kill the Lord. It doesn't get them there though. If they had a Bolt, I don't know. Whatever. Merfolk. Lord of Atlantis. I can see the finish line. I'm gonna hobble across it. Come on. Up. I think the opponent's scooping in response to me tapping lands. Yes. 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 Wait. I got some prizes from that, right? Did they change the league rules? Oh, okay, cool. We got it. We got there, guys. All right, Nikachu. Yeah, I got it. Thanks very much for joining me. Have a good evening. I really appreciate you hanging around all this time. Pretty fun. We went down into the 0-3 bracket. We beat Jund and Burn pretty soundly. 2-0ing both of them. Not my proudest league, but it was really nice having you guys along with me. If any of you guys aren't following the channel already, I play Soul Herder every Monday, Merfolk every Wednesday. Sometimes I jump in like Thursday, Friday, Saturday if I have something cool to show you guys. If you really like Merfolk and Soul Herder, you can subscribe. If you've got if you've got Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to me for free. You Google like link Amazon and Twitch Prime, and it takes like 2 minutes or less, and pretty easy. Hooks me up with a little bit of money, and yeah, just helps the channel grow a little bit, getting subscribers. So yeah, Mono Blue Merfolk. Not ending the league positively, but ending on a positive note with the 2 back-to-back wins. So I think starting tomorrow, we'll all be able to start playing with the Zendikar cards. I've always loved Mono Blue the best. It's my favorite Merfolk deck. And Glasspool Mimic is a really sweet pickup, so I'll definitely be running some of those. I know there's a lot of other people excited, particularly Fruit Kid, to play Glasspool Mimic. I think he's already been testing with it on X-Mage or whatever, and he says it's been like game winning, so that's exciting. So yeah, I'll be back next Wednesday with more Merfolk. Before then, I'll be back with Soul Herder on Monday. Excuse me, too much water. You are not joining us right now, Grim Ducky. You're just finishing off the Troll League with Grim Ducky at the end. All right, I'm just going to check out who's online right now in the Card Hoarder Network. I recently joined the Card Hoarder Network, so I like to raid other streamers, so you guys can say hello. Say hello for Merfolk Joe. Hopefully get a few followers over. It looks like Jim Davis is currently streaming, so I'm going to send you guys over to Jim Davis MTG. I'm sure he's familiar to most of you guys. So just let me get my Twitch stream back up here. Yeah, Grim Ducky, you are late. But you can go watch Jim Davis play. Just hang out 1 second. So I'm going to raid Jim Davis MTG. All right, so just about ready to send you guys over there. If you've got any questions about Merfolk, any different build, I've played pretty much everything. You can hit me up in the Discord. If you're interested in Soul Herder, you can do that as well. And thanks for joining, Grim Ducky. Sorry you're a little bit late. I'm just laughing because like we got crazy flooded this game. Not this game, this entire league. Got paired against somewhat unfavorable matchups, and like Devote Devastation and Uro didn't really go our way, but we finished nicely. We just sort of stomped on Jund and Burn. So all right, guys, enjoy Jim Davis's stream. Say hi for me, please, and I'll catch you guys soon. Later.